is Santa.
What?
Exactly. What, pray tell, are these?
I don't know, cookies?
I get out one night a year. One night to break free of the no-carb queen and bag some serious baked goodies. But what do I get? Crumb after crumb of the same mass-marketed cookie. Caca. Still, I held out hope. I thought for sure, long-time believer, Alton Brown would have baked some goodness.
Well, I do believe, but I ran out of time.
That makes it even worse. That's it. I quit.
What? You can't. What about all the good little boys and girls?
I'll just email them and tell them I quit because of you.
You couldn't. You wouldn't.
Watch me.
Well, wait. We can make a deal. That's it. I'll teach you how to make your own Christmas cookies.
What?
Yeah. That way you can chow down any time that, the old ball and chain's not watching. And all the cookies we make here tonight, you can take with you. You can eat dozens by dawn.
All right. Santa's feeling merciful.
That's nice.
I'll give you exactly 30 minutes to produce some serious... And don't try to pull any fast ones, Buster. Old Santa knows a good Christmas cookie when he sees one. Oh, Lebkuchen and Springly from Germany. Shortbread cookies from Scotland. Oh, Spritz cookies from Sweden and Holland. Oh, Holland. Now, that's a country that knows from cookies.
Doesn't the word cookie come from the Dutch word, some little cake, something like that?
Yes, koekje. The Dutch also introduced me to America, Of course, back then I was known as Sinterklaas.
Sinterklaas? How come the change?
Marketing.
Oh. Well, let's get started over here, okay?
Oh.
Yeah, that's a nice camera. Somebody's present.
I'll rewrap it later.
Oh, well, that's nice, yeah. Thing about Christmas cookies is you want to come up with just one kind of batter that can make a whole bunch of cookies, okay? That way you can roll them and cut them or make little balls, drop cookies, icebox cookies, make them in a log and saw them in pieces. And the most versatile cookie dough I know of is sugar cookie dough.
Swell. That's just what I was hoping for. More sugar-frosted cardboard.
Now listen, store-bought cookies may be like that, but homemade sugar cookies are sublime.
Well, I wouldn't know that. Now would I?
Gonna be a long night. All right, Santa. The most important concept in all of baking is the creaming method, okay? When we're doing the creaming method, we're always going to have 3 teams of ingredients, okay? Here we've got the dry team, 3 cups of flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder. The wet team, 1 egg.
A chicken egg?
Yes, chicken egg. And a tablespoon of milk. And over here, the fat team. And the fat team is going to be played by 2 sticks. That's 1 cup of butter and 1 cup of sugar. Now, the goal here is to beat these together until they become nice and lightly colored. The whole reason for this is that we want to kind of like use the crystals to punch little bitty holes inside the butter.
Why bother?
Well, here's the thing. If we just count on this chemical leavening to create all the bubbles inside of this batter, it's going to be a very kind of irregular, roughly textured kind of thing. What we want to do is use the little seed bubbles formed inside the butter and then just let the leavening blow that out. That way we have a very even texture. This was all in our muffin show, didn't you?
I don't have cable.
Bother. All right, we're going to let this get a little bit lighter. In the meantime, I want you to go over there and sift those dry goods.
Me?
Yes.
Sift?
Yes.
Don't you have elves to do this?
No, I don't have elves. Just sift that right onto that mat. All right, you see how this is light now? It's almost white, okay? Now we can add the wet works. Nice and slow.
I'm done.
Perfect. Time to add that to the mixer. We'll just turn this down to the lowest speed and very, very, very slowly add the flour.
Well, why not just dump it in?
Well, for a few reasons. One, the flour needs to soak up the moisture, and there's not a lot in here to soak. The other reason is that if we just dump this in all at once, we'd have a white Christmas for sure, if you know what I mean.
Remind me to bring you a joke book next year.
I don't know why I should. You never bring me what I ask for. pulls away from the side. We are done.
Well, let's eat.
Slow down, big guy. We still have to, bake the cookies. But before we can do that, we've got to refrigerate this, firm it up in the fridge.
Reindeer games. No.
Separating your dough into 2 separate slabs will make it a lot easier to handle on down the line. Just stash this in your chill chest for about 2 hours.
2 hours? In 2 hours, I'll be 3 time zones from here. I don't have that kind of time.
What is that?
Localized temporal displacement. Magic. It's now 2 hours later in your kitchen. Dough's ready.
Is not. It is. Santa really is magic.
What is that? Flour?
No, if we were to roll our cookies with flour, we might produce too much gluten. It might make the cookies tough. So I like to roll with powdered sugar. All right, so I'm just going to put this on here and sprinkle a little bit right on top. Don't want to go overboard. And what we're looking for here, Santa, is 1/4 inch thickness. And let me just give you a little advice. Don't think about rolling it out and do a circle. Just try to keep it rectangular, okay?
All right.
You ready? You look good. Apron.
Oh, good.
Looks
Thanks. Thank you.
Okay, it's all yours.
Here we go.
You're a powerful man there, Santa. Okay, that's good. It's good. Great technique for a beginner. We'll just get another piece of dough, and this time we'll try to apply a little of, my brand of magic. Okay?
Oh,
Watch. There, I think these spacers will help you control your roll. Oh, a little more dusting of sugar here. Just a little. And there we go. Now, remember, square. Start with light pressure in the middle, moving both directions. There you go. Just take it easy.
Oh, yes. That's very nice.
Okay, now let's turn it.
All right.
And turn it over and go again. Let's just add a little more pressure each time. A little more pressure. Well, look, you jolly old elf, you've done it. But we can't cut that yet.
No, why not?
Because during the rolling, we've generated some heat in the dough. And a warm dough does not punch well, which is what cookie cutters do. So we've got an ice-cold aluminum pan here. Since it's cold and aluminum, it is going to suck any heat out of that dough lickety-spit.
How long?
Not long. 10 minutes. Let me guess. I need to get the cookie cutters. I got it. Now, cookie cutting may look like child's play, but there are some rules for having success. For one, you want to keep your cookies very simple in design, okay? I mean, take this reindeer, for instance. I mean, sure, this is really pretty, but believe me, there's no sugar dough on earth that's going to tolerate being cut into those little shapes. And even if we could cut one out, by the time it baked, it would just run together and look like, I don't know, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Protozoa.
Oh, it's not very Christmassy.
No.
Now's a good time to give you your present.
Yeah? Oh. Metal cookie cutters. Oh, that's nice. You know, one of the reasons that I own plastic cookie cutters and have never once asked for metal cookie cutters for Christmas is because plastic is very, very durable. They're very, very reliable. They never rust. These rust at the drop of a hat. And, of course, these never bend, whereas these bend very easily. So, you know, I think we'll just stick with these plastic ones for now.
Nothing but coal for you.
Okay, lesson 2. The more we roll the cookies, the tougher they're going to be. So we want to be very efficient and get the most out of the first cut as possible, okay? So that means pre-positioning all of our cookie cutters and kind of making sure that we're getting the most out of them, okay? Just going to kind of spread them out here. And we should be able to get a lot of cookies out of this. Hard to believe, I know.
Oh, look.
Oh, sorry, wrong holiday. But, hey, you're kind of ghost.
Wrong story.
That looks about right. You've got very, very little waste there. So now, just reach over and use your weight and
all right.
press those all out. But
all of my weight?
No, part of your weight. straight down. No scooting, no twisting. And I'll get another pan here, okay?
No scooting, no
Straight down, okay? Here's another little trick. We're going to use a spatula to move the cookies to the pan. We're not going to take off the cutter until we get it there, okay? So you press down good, right?
Yes.
All right. So just going to slide under, get hold of the cookie, pull it away. The scrap will come off. And we just move it over, and there you go, okay? Now, here's another rule. What is this? Number 3, I think. We want to make sure that there is at least an inch of free space around each cookie, okay? That way they won't crash together in the oven, and it'll also promote browning, okay?
Well, this looks like enough for me. What are you going to eat?
All right, I tell you what. You finish this up, okay? And I'll roll out that other dough, all right? But
All
pay
right.
attention to what you're doing, all right?
Don't worry. I'll keep my mind on my cookies. And my cookies on my mind.
Now, I like to do my baking right on the parchment, but some folks like using those new, reusable mats they're making.
Silicone and fiberglass, no greasing necessary, can withstand temperatures in excess of 450 degrees.
Oh, I'm impressed.
Julia Child asked for a baker's dozen.
Oh, so Julia gets what Julia asks for, huh? Just save it. We will come back and rotate these in about 4 minutes.
Oh.
We need the time to make the frosting.
Ooh, frosting. I like frosting. Oh. Yes, dear. No, we're not in Kansas anymore. Oh, that noise? Oh, it's a low-flying Cessna. Yes. Well, I've got to run now. We're going to start making some icing. The sled is starting to ice. Interference. Lost cells.
How do you sleep at night? Jeepers. We're making a royal icing for our cookies, okay? Starts with 4 egg whites beaten with 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Beat those to kind of a foamy froth.
Wait a minute. You're using raw eggs. What are you trying to do? Kill Santa?
What do you think you've been drinking there all night?
Oh,
Look, don't worry. I'm actually using pasteurized eggs. You could also use 3 ounces of the pasteurized egg whites that come in cartons in the grocery store.
Thing. Merry Christmas. It's accurate in 3 time zones. What's up with the cup?
Oh, it's my invention. It's really hard to sift confectioner sugar into a mixer, and we need to work 4 cups into here. That's a whole pound, And so I put a cup that I cut the bottom out of up into the bottom of my sifter. I think it'd make a great stocking stuffer.
Not really.
How you rotate depends a lot on your oven. Now, some folks don't have to rotate at all. I do, and I like to go top to bottom, bottom to top, front to back, and back to front. Got it?
Sure.
Great. Now we're going to give these 4 to 5 more minutes.
And then we eat.
No, then we cool them. But hey, listen, we've got to go finish up the frosting. I was thinking of making it red in honor of you.
I hate red.
Huh?
Marketing.
Oh. Okay, Santa, there are 4 different kinds of food coloring. Okay, you've got up on the rooftop.
Click, click, click.
That was no click.
I better shinny on up and check my ride.
Yeah, I should say so.
Oh, and by the way, you need to get yourself a new ladder. Someone could get hurt on that thing.
Well, let's see. I did ask for one, what was that, 3 Christmases ago? Besides, I thought you shinnied up the chimney.
Oh, my marketing department was right. You people will buy anything. Chimney.
I'm going to wake up any minute now, and everything will be fine. In the meantime, we'll talk about food colorings. There are 4 types. Got your liquids, your gels, your pastes, and your dry. Now, the liquids are certainly the most popular, but they're also the least effective. Okay, they're weak pigment-wise, they're hard to blend, and because they're in liquid, it's very easy for them to throw off a recipe. Okay, now gels and pastes are a lot more concentrated and therefore a lot more easy to work with, but they still have funky bases, things like glycerin and sugar, which can go bad. That means they have to have preservatives added to them. I don't like that. Come to think of it, I'm not crazy about any of these. What I do like are dry food colors, dry food pigments, okay? There's nothing in there but color. No glycerin, no preservatives, no nothing. They will not throw off the texture or the flavor of your baked good. And as long as you keep them sealed up, they'll last forever. Best of all, unlike glycerin-based food colorants, these will not make your royal icing crack. And that's a very good thing.
Just a little indigestion. We changed their chow a couple of weeks ago.
No, not so.
Don't worry, it'll rain in a day or two.
Oh. Not until we've got them all frosted, okay? Now, there are some rules to frosting, just like anything else, okay? Number one, always remember that the frosting is going to get darker in 24 hours, okay? So you either want to make your frosting a little bit lighter than you actually want it, or you should put it in the refrigerator covered with plastic wrap for a day before frosting. Then you could lighten it up with some white frosting if you want to. Also, you need to remember to work with very small amounts. I mean, look, I made this green here, and I've probably got enough for an entire forest of trees. And remember, if everything goes bad on you, if you make a real mess out of things, just mix in some cocoa powder and you can call it chocolate.
Cocoa powder. Well, how many colors do you really need?
Well, to tell you the truth, you only really need 3. I mean, you can make every color out of the rainbow with yellow, red, and blue.
Yeah? How?
Oh, Color Wheel helps. You can get these at your local art supply store. You just put one color up there, line it up with the next color underneath, and it shows you what color you make. Simple.
That would make a great stocking stuffer.
How would that go when it's... You're Santa. Having split a shiny new batch of sugar cookie dough in half, Santa and I set out to gather separate ingredients. I returned with 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, which I added to my dough, while Santa came back with a teaspoon of peppermint extract. But of course, that wasn't enough. Santa then went out to gather up a few candy canes, which he had on hand, enough to make half a cup of crushed pieces. Hey. Nice watch. Meanwhile, I melted 3 ounces of chocolate chunks in the microwave for about a minute on high and then let it cool for a couple of minutes. We both added these ingredients to our doughs, donned our protective gear, and mixed by hand. Sure, you could do it with a spoon, but why bother? Oh, we added 1 egg yolk to his dough just to make it a little more moist and plastic. We then chilled our respective doughs for about 5 minutes. Time flies when you're magic. Now that our dough was nice and firm, we were ready to roll. Of course, using our spacers to ensure 1/3 of an inch to 1/4 inch sheets. We then moved his dough onto my dough, which was just a little bit longer and thinner. And then we carefully molded the two together. Well, he watched. I used my fingers to squeeze all the way around. Then used the lip of my floppy cutting board to slowly roll the dough onto itself until I had something that looked, well, kind of like a log. This was wrapped and then refrigerated for 2 hours. Okay, any other night it would have been 2 hours. We then sawed this log into 1/2-inch rounds and laid them out onto a pan, watch it, Buster, lined with parchment paper. Then into a 375-degree oven. Now these are going to cook for, we'll say about 12 to 13 minutes, and we'll rotate the pans once during that time, and then we'll rest them for 2 minutes before consuming.
What are we going to do with this?
Oh, well, I mean, we can cut them and cook them, or you know what, we could just wrap that up and freeze it for 6 months.
Could I just bury that out in the snow?
Boy, Mrs. Claus has really got you on a short leash, doesn't she?
You don't know the fifth of it.
Whew, I sure hope the FAA doesn't use breathalyzers.
Ho, 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 ho. Seems like someone's been a good boy after all. So, Alton, what do you want for Christmas this year?
Well, Santa, what I was really hoping for is a Cookie Master 3000 automated dough gun.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
I will not shoot my eye out.
Yes, you will.
I'll be careful. I'll practice. I'll use safety goggles. This isn't over yet, old man. You just wait. I got him. I hope the events of this long winter's night will serve as a wake-up call for those of you that think that store-bought baked goods will see you safely through to Christmas morning. The horror of this home invasion could have been avoided if I had only taken the time to make a simple sugar cookie dough a week or even 2 weeks ago. Then I would have been able to quickly create a vast array of last-minute Christmas cookies, the reward for which would have been, at best, a Cookie Master 3000 automated dough gun, and at the very least, a peaceful night's sleep. Now, all I can say is,
Christmas to all!
and to all some good eats.